Hello and welcome to the short Vort on Parsha's Chukas. This week's Dvar Torah is based on Rav Moshe Feinstein's Darash Moshe on Chumash. Moshe Rabeinu was commanded to talk to the stone to bring forth water. Instead, he hit the stone, and for this he was punished. Rav Moshe Feinstein asked, why was Moshe Rabeinu punished for this? After all, it's a great miracle either way, whether it's by speaking or by hitting. You don't expect water to come out of a stone. So Moshe Feinstein answers that the difference is that had Moshe spoken and then the water came out, a greater lesson would have been learned. And that lesson was meant to be that when it comes to teaching someone in Torah, even with someone we don't think that they're understanding or that we think they don't have the potential to understand, we should continue to repeat and express Torah to them. Over time, they're going to understand. This also applies with teaching of children. You don't think they're listening or understanding what you're telling them, but gently over time, you tell them about Torah, you teach them Torah and Musar and mitzvos, they're going to follow just like a rock. A rock can't understand even when Moshe Rabeinu would talk, yet it listened to the words of Hashem. Kal v'chomer, surely the children and other people who you teach Torah to, patiently and over time, they can understand and listen to. Now, this week I bought the Sefer of Rav Moshe's biography, which I read many years ago, and the first thing I opened to was something that I apply in practice because probably I read it in the same Sefer or heard it, and that is once a Talmud of Yeshiva Tiferes Yerushalayim, Sifta Tiferes Yerushalayim, Rav Moshe's Yeshiva, after the Ben Azmanim for the summer, he was asking, how should I conduct myself? So Rav Moshe told him, most likely in the shul that you attend between Mincha and Ma'ariv during the week, the rabbi is going to give a shir, or even during on Shabbos or Friday night. When he speaks, you might be tempted to say, oh, I can do something better. I can take a Gemara and learn on my own. I don't need to listen to the rabbi. Don't do that for three reasons. Firstly, you could end up insulting the Rav himself. Second, you can end up insulting his congregants who see you ignoring it. And third, and most importantly, if you show that this Rav is not worthy of your time, some members of the congregation might learn a lesson from you and think, oh, my Rav's not so important. Look, this guy's not bothering, he's a Shiva Bacher or a Kolo guy, and he's not listening. And instead of listening to the drasha between Mincha and Ma'ariv, they might even go outside and talk, idle talk, or worse, Lashon Hara. So therefore, do not take a sefer on your own when the rabbi is speaking. And I think that's a very practical and true halacha. So we learned two lessons here about listening. One is be persistent and gentle, and when you're teaching Torah and Musar, because eventually it will get inside and the people will be able to listen. And when you're by a Rav between Mincha and Ma'ariv or other times, be respectful and listen to what they have to say. You could even positively influence people for this. Thank you for listening. Like, share, and feedback is welcome. Have a great Shabbos.